Hello and welcome to the Genuine Learning Blog. My name is Melissa Galasso, and today we're going to talk about a very, very niche proposal that came out of the FASB in July of 2022. And we're going to talk a little bit about why they're issuing it and what the proposal is for here. And so this is transition for sold contracts, and this is part of the long duration contracts standard, which has had quite a bit of delay, followed by a COVID delay, followed by a transition issue. So it is the gift that keeps on giving. We've been talking about this standard since it was issued in 2018, and it is still not effective. So again, when we look at these long duration contracts, these are really for insurance companies. So if you don't work with insurance companies or you don't work at an insurance company, likely this is not going to be very interesting to you. But if you do, and again, it has to be a long duration. So it wouldn't be like a health insurance. It would have to be like life insurance in order for this to qualify for a long duration contract. And so this proposal is proposed ASU 2022-003, and it is just that transition for sold contracts. This was issued on July 14th, and comments are due August 8th. You can see this is a quick turnaround. It is a very niche standard. There's not a lot going on here. So back in 2018, as part of their updates in this area, they had already done short duration contracts, so your car insurance, your medical insurance. They also made changes to in ASU 2018-12 to long duration contracts. And some of the biggest changes here are around the estimate. So in the original exposure draft, they had proposed like a brand new overhaul. And what they ended up doing is providing a little bit more in the disclosure area and providing some understanding, especially in the area of some of the estimates and the inputs. And obviously that's going to be a little bit of more work for insurance companies who have to implement the standard. And when COVID hit, they had a delay. And so this this ASU has been delayed a few times. But now that entities are getting into it, because it is becoming effective soon, they started to look at some of the issues upon transition. And one of the things that they came back with was when you're looking at these LTD, these long-term, long duration contracts, and they've already been derecognized. So if they've been derecognized because either a sale or disposal of either an individual or group of contracts or legal entities before the effective date. So basically they have sold off of some of these or disposed of some of these contracts before they have applied this. The way this would look was that you'd actually have to do some of still and go through this process. And so as a result, they didn't feel this would provide decision useful information for users, right? So investors would not get a lot out of this, and it'd be very difficult for the insurance company, right? So there'd be significant challenges in going through for very little benefit because, again, these had already been disposed. And so the proposal here is very niche, very narrow. The only thing that they're going to do in this scenario is allow an accounting policy election. So if you want to go and do the full on, you are totally welcome to, but you have this alternative to exclude contracts that meet certain criteria from ASU 2018-12 when they have been, again, derecognized because of a sale or disposal of individual or group of contracts or legal entities before the effective date, right? Once we're in the effective date, then there's no exclusion. But during this transition, they're giving a little bit of an out for these items. And that's consistent with the effective date. So again, these have already been delayed. 2020-11 was another delay here related to COVID, similar to ASU 2020-05 for, say, leases and revenue recognition. So you would just apply this as part of that transition guidance. So I know this was short and sweet and to the point, but sometimes they are important because they are going to make a big difference for entities who are impacted. Most entities are not impacted, so not super relevant for them. But for those entities that are impacted, obviously they are welcoming this proposal. So if this is impacting you, I would love to hear about it. And I'm sure FASB would like to hear if this would work for you as well. So thank you guys so much for joining me on the Genuine Learning Blog, and I hope to see you on a future blog. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.